Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback, feedback, feedback.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard, you liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him. He feels compelled to try to act like us. He loses his identity and his racial anger, if he has any. He becomes alien to his brothers. They realize he sold them out and they grow to hate him. He becomes worthless to them and safe for us. No, thank you. In fact, in his love for the creature comforts, except for his color, he's become one of us.
Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton. I'm co-founder of Hood Research, and Thabiti Mpinga is handling the phones this morning. I want to thank you so much for tuning in again, and we have a very exciting program this morning for you. But first I want to say good morning to Vera and Barbara and Errol, and to Gladys and Diane, and to Les and Tom, and all of you who are supporting Hood Research. Those of you who help to keep this program going. For those who are considering, please send your check or money order to P.O. Box 4416, Detroit, Michigan 48204. Make the check out to Hood Research, or if you prefer, you can make your check out to WHPR. We don't have any objection to that. We just need you to mail it to Hood Research, P.O. Box 4416, Detroit, Michigan 48204, so that we can make sure it gets applied for this program. Well, I have Mumford Marine with me, and I have a businessman, Mark Hackshaw. And Mark, you've been on with me before. He's co-hosted with me before. And this morning, we want to find out what's going on in Highland Park and what's going on with the Marines. Now, let's see. Michael Giles.
That's correct.
Right?
Yes.
And Mark Hackshaw.
Good morning, Miss Broughton.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Michael, tell me, who is Michael Giles, first of all?
Michael Giles, who is someone who grew up in Detroit on 12th Street, graduated Central High School in 65, and promptly joined the Marine Corps in 65 and went to Vietnam in 66.
Wow.
4 years in the Marine Corps, became a sergeant, got out, did 30 years at the City of Detroit's Water Department in security.
Oh, the water department.
Yeah.
You would mention that water department.
Yeah, that's another issue. We'll get into that one of these days. But,
yes. Go ahead.
Then I've become a part of a couple of military organizations, the American Legion being one, and the Montford Point Marines, number two, which we are here to represent today. The Montford Point Marines, and educate people about the Montford Point Marines, what they are and who they are, and how they impact our community. And that's what we want to do today.
All right. Let's start with that.
Okay, the Montford Point Marines would be equivalent to the Tuskegee Airmen, the first black Marines.
Okay.
Very few people know of our story because it's not been talked about or publicized very much.
Right.
But we of the Montford Point Detachment, which is under the Marine Corps League, the umbrella of the Marine Corps League, like you have the VFW, the DAV, VFW, different organizations like that, they have different detachments. Well, our Montford Point Detachment is under the Marine Corps League.
Ah.
We are here as representatives for the Marine Corps League in the Detroit area. And we have 2 or 3 original members gentlemen who joined the Marine Corps in 1942-43. They're 91, 92 years old. I'm not
Right.
exactly sure, but we have some original members who they keep us informed of their experiences, and we're trying to pass that information on to the younger generations. Right now, we are currently planning for the upcoming Marine Week, which is to take place in Detroit, September 6th through September 10th.
Okay.
The Marine Corps sent representatives here a couple of weeks ago, 2 generals among them, to come to our building located on Joy Road, just west of Schaefer, to paint a mural dedicated to the Marquis Point Marines.
Wonderful.
So we are in the process of having fundraisers to help us get our building and grounds prepared for that event and a dedication, which the mayor of Detroit is supposed to take part in.
Now, the center that you have on Joy Road, just west of Schaefer.
Yes.
What kind of activities take place there?
Well, we have a fish fry every Friday night from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
and it's open to the public. We welcome anyone.
Well, we should give an address, shouldn't we?
Well, that address is 13721 Joy Road,
Okay.
just west of Schaefer.
13721 Joy Road.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a fish fry each Friday.
Every Friday, without
From
fail.
what
From
time?
4
to
p.m. to 8 p.m. and that's 1600 to 2000 for you military types out there.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Now, are there any other activities at the building?
Well, we offer our building for events. If you wanted to plan a party or a reception of some sort there, we do offer that service to the community also.
Okay. All right. Now, have you already completed or are you planning to do a documentary?
A documentary, that would be down the road. It's not in the planning stages at this point. We hope to produce something in the future, but at this time we don't have anything going on. The main thing we're focusing on now is preparing for Marine Week and our participation in that.
Well, that'll be filmed, though. You'll have somebody to tape it.
Hopefully, yes.
Got to. You got to.
Well, that's a good idea, and we'll look
Absolutely.
into that. Thank you for that suggestion.
And the other thing is, you say you have 3 original members?
Is it 2 or 3, Gene? 3.
3. Someone needs to videotape them, sit down and talk to them, interview them. So even if you don't do the documentary right now, you will have that footage to insert in the event that they're not here.
Yes, of course. That's a
Okay.
great idea. We also are using this as a recruiting tool because we are inviting former Marines to become a part of our organization. We need members. And it's not only our organization, but I found that in the American Legion and other organizations, it's difficult to recruit young soldiers and sailors and airmen that are being discharged for whatever reason. They don't want to be bothered with military organizations, and I can understand it because I was kind of hesitant to join. It took me at least 10 years before I got
don't
around to joining.
understand it. I do not. I do not. And to tell you why I do not is because for black people in the United States of America, they have had the opportunity to work for the federal government. That includes the military. That includes federal jobs in D.C. and any other state jobs, county jobs, city jobs. Those jobs have been, I don't know what's going to happen with the current president, but those jobs have been protected jobs. If you work for a private owner and you come in the morning and he doesn't like the color shirt you have on, he can say, well, thank you, have a nice life. You're out of there. No protection whatsoever. But with a government job and the kind of benefits that the military has provided for the enlisted and those who are retired, then they need to join. I think that is urgent. It is very urgent. There's a gentleman who is a member of Hood Research by the name of Douglas Marble. He's on this show periodically, and he comes to our meetings, and he shares information about benefits that are due those who have served in the military. Benefits they don't even know about, have not heard about. And we're told that you only get like, I don't know, I guess a few hours and a stack of papers to read through. And many are so glad to be out of the military or to get back home to loved ones or wherever that they don't even bother to read them and find out later that they're missing money that they could have had. We have had people at our meeting. One gentleman was able to get $15,000, and he was, I guess, in his late 80s or so. His wife was with him as well. And he was sad because he could have been receiving money monthly. But until he met Douglas Marble, he didn't know the money was coming to him. And there are other benefits as well that this gentleman provides. You might even consider having him come to one of your meetings. You all do have regular meetings, right?
Yes, we do.
You should consider having him come and explain some benefits that you may have coming to you. But how do you get the word out for recruits?
Well, that's kind of difficult. We do it word of mouth. We send flyers out. We go to the different police precincts, and whoever each individual comes in contact with, we talk about it. We do the best we can. We don't get a lot of airtime. We're grateful for today's opportunity, of course, and we just do the best we can with what we have. We're very limited in our resources, and that's why we're trying to recruit, because we need more support.
Do you use social media?
Some of the members do.
Facebook,
I'm a security kind of guy, and I'm not no social media guy. I don't do that for my own security reasons. But there are those of us in our detachment who do use the social media, and they use it. To what effect, I don't know. But,
we're live on Facebook right now.
Oh dear.
but
He's a techie over there.
in regards to the current president and what he's doing, he's improving things with the Veterans Administration, which has been a thorn in the side of veterans for years. And even now, I'm still fighting with the VA for my benefits. So the
That's
current
why-
president is removing those ineffective bureaucrats out of the VA to make the system more efficient and better for veterans.
Well, in the meantime, you should contact Douglas Marble. And
I got his business card in my pocket, Theo.
Oh.
His card was on the counter of NJS for some reason the other night on Myers. And I had it.
But yeah, well, make sure that Michael Giles gets that card or that number, because he's good at couldn't read tape, but he's also good at having the forms filled out correctly. And he had worked for the VA at one time and discovered that they were not being as efficient is not the correct word. They were not being as caring, let's try that one, as they should have been and could have been. So he left. And this is now his vocation. That's what he does regularly. He wants to make sure that the information gets out, there are benefits for you, and he's going to help you get them.
It's very commendable, and I look forward to making contact with this gentleman.
Right. So, once again, the address of the Marine Center.
Montford Point Marine Detachment. That's 13721 Joy Road, just west of Schaefer.
Okay.
Fish fry every Friday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The community is welcome. You won't get a better dinner. You won't get a better deal. $7 for a fish dinner.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And we do have soft drinks
Okay.
and other beverages
Okay.
for consumption.
Uh-huh. All right, and juice.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Mark Hackshaw, you have any questions?
No, it sounds very interesting. I think that it's a well, we've heard about the Tuskegee Airmen. We've never heard about this, Theo. Yeah, and any reason that any Marine would not be part of that after they came back, especially for the benefit package, you know, I'm not there, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think it's an honorable job that these gentlemen are doing. I mean, You know, in the 60s, a lot of us went over there. A lot of guys that we went to school with and everyone went to Vietnam and came back and then went about a 30-year, 40-year career of doing something here. And maybe now it's time that they got back in the fold and got with their boys and helped everybody out, because the benefits that are given them can help build our community easy.
Absolutely. You know,
Very easily. Home ownership, business ownership. They have, there are things I know about that come to veterans that are very fruitful, to say the least.
right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when Douglas Marble was on with us, he even talked about disability. And there's partial disability, 10% all the way up to 100%. And if you're going to get, say, $50 a month, that's added to whatever else you were getting. And who couldn't use that?
Right.
If it's, you know, $500 a month added to whatever you're already getting.
May I add something that I left out that's very important?
Of course.
The Montford Point Marine Detachment 158 is the official Marine Corps League Montford Point organization in this area. There are other organizations that are out here who claim to be Montford Point Marines, but they are not official.
In Detroit?
In the Detroit area, yes, ma'am.
Is that, there's one that gives a dinner each year or something? Is that,
We give a dinner
Your
each year,
group?
but there's another
Your group?
organization who gives a dinner, and they go under the name Montford Point Marines Association of America. The name keeps changing, but they are not sanctioned by the Marine Corps League.
oh,
Post 158, the Montford Point Detachment of Detroit is the only,
legitimate.
yes,
Let's try that word,
Yes.
legitimate.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So
That's-
people should be aware of that.
That's something to definitely look into.
Yeah, that's different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because I didn't know until just now that there was more than one,
Right.
you know. So we need to find out about the
Hey, Theo, we have an
legitimacy.
August 5th breakfast. I want to see Marine Giles to talk about that.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, August 5th is a breakfast that we're having to be a part of our fundraiser, and we're inviting the community to come to take part in that. And, well, we have different sponsorships available, and that information is available if they would give us a call and find out about the
Okay.
breakfast, which is on August 5th
Okay.
at, it's a Saturday at 9 a.m.
Okay.
And it'll be at our
Location.
The
location. at-
Marines can cook some good breakfast, and not only fish fries.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right.
So we look forward to the community coming out to support our activity. August 5th, Saturday, 9 a.m., a breakfast fundraiser for the Montford Point Detachment 158 of the Marine Corps League.
Oh, okay. Now, well, we'll have to talk about it closer to the
the
date
date.
as well.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Mark Hackshaw.
Theo Broden.
I want to hear about the festival that's coming up.
Festival this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Starts on Thursday
Okay.
at the library.
Uh-huh.
That'll be, for those who don't know, the McGregor Library.
Oh, it's a beautiful place.
Oh my gosh,
golly,
Theo!
golly.
Every time I go over there, we're over there cleaning up now, and it is just absolutely beautiful. But it hurts every time we rake a piece of grass or anything, because this is something that truly should be open.
Yes.
This was closed. The library was closed when the first emergency manager came to Highland Park. Now, watch this. The budget of that library was somewhere around $125,000, roughly, give or take. Don't take me to the bank on that, but it was about that,
Okay.
right? And so in a $20 million deficit, $19 to $20 million deficit, the state of Michigan thought that they would close the library to save $100,000 against the $20 million. Help me, please. Now, some 10, 11, 12 years later, you folks know, the library is still closed. It is degrading itself every year. We can't even figure out how to get the windows boarded up, much less the grass cut and the hedges trimmed and the beauty and the
It's a beautiful piece of
that's going right down the tubes. And but here we're going to bring light to it like we're doing today. We're going to have this will be our 8th year of having the Highland Park Music Festival, which came about to bring attention to the situation at the library 8 years ago. But we've got a heck of a show for you, Theo. I know that Hood Research comes out all the time. Start on Thursday. My goodness, Pastor Elder Piccolo that helps do the Thursday. Well, actually, he produces the Thursday from here, right here at HPR. And this Elder Nelson, Pastor Felicia Browning, Walter Steen and Blessed, the worship dancer Renee, Christine Daniel Williams, Tanisha Wyndham and her group, Vershelle Birdsong Lawrence, Michelle Finney, the legendary Tessie Hill, Samuel Turner, Greg Brown, Kenny K.B. Bowles, Sounds of Imani, Tina Weathers, the Highland Park Community Choir, which has just been formed out of several churches here for the music festival, will be performing on Thursday. That's going to start at 6 o'clock, 6 to 9. The gates open at 5 on Thursday. That is right on the steps of the library on Thursday.
Now, we talking after work or we talking about before work? AM, PM?
Well, you know we're not getting up at. I mean, I'm up, but no, it's going to be after work.
Me too,
yes.
but I just wanted to make sure after work.
After work
Thursday.
affair.
Okay.
Yeah, on Thursday, and there should be nothing going on in too many churches on Thursday, so everybody should be able to come.
No, right.
Everybody, we're expecting.
Classes on Wednesday, so
Yeah,
okay.
we're
Thursday,
expecting
5
a
p.m.
ton of people with all of these great artists and choirs and mass choir situations coming around on Thursday.
Okay.
You want to hear about Friday?
Yes, I do.
Friday. Again, the gates open. We're going to move over to the bigger field. We're putting up the great big stage, and you're going to have one very nice, laid-back, grown folks Friday evening in Highland Park. Dreams Deferred starts it out. The Just Us with the previous mayor who just passed, Titus McClary. His son is Titus, who's been with us from day one.
Right.
His group plays Friday night, Just Us. Then we bring in a guy by the name of Dennis Coffey from the Funk Brothers. You remember him? Yeah, Dennis is going to play. Scorpio fame. You got it. Okay. And then to close out that evening on Friday night, the beautiful ladies are Straight Ahead.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're going to be there, and
Well.
that's going to be a beautiful Friday night.
I want to inject this on August 3rd. That's a Thursday,
Yes,
too.
you're singing?
At first, and the drummer from Straight Ahead, Galen
Galen, is playing with you?
Yes.
So you coming out Friday?
Yeah. Well, what I was going to suggest is I was having a tape. You know how we
Yes, your table.
If the Montfort Marines
Oh,
could have
beautiful.
one instead, because they could
Do some recruiting. Oh yeah. We'll surely extend that to them.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. We'll give you guys some of these, and please have. And the Highland Park Music Festival is brought to you by the Highland Park Business Association. Okay, I just happen to be the president there for last couple of years, and I'm sure that our members will not mind having a group of great Marines out there with us for the weekend. I think you guys will have a great time, and you'll probably get a lot of members.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of members.
Yes, you just have to have somebody to man the table and have your, information, literature cards, etc.
Yep, wear your hat and
Flyers
everything.
and all,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. You want to hear about Saturday?
Video for 1 hour at least?
She'll be out there.
can do
We're,
that.
we're gonna have to go get her. Do we? You want to hear about Saturday?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Friday. Finish Friday.
I did.
No. I mean, well, the hours is what I'm.
Oh,
trying to get to,
the on Friday the gates open at 5. Okay, and you're gonna need to get there early to get it's lawn seating. So you bring your chairs and stuff.
Okay,
Everybody
see,
knows.
see,
Yeah.
people need to know that.
Yeah, bring your chairs, all of that kind of stuff, and get you a place early. Get you a place early.
Okay.
It's
now,
going to be, we're expecting crowds.
Okay. Oh, I know about the crowds.
Yeah.
It's also considered. You may not know this. It's considered family reunion, because I have a number of friends who lived in Highland Park or on the edge, and they have excitement about coming to see the folk they grew up with, folk
Exactly.
they live next door to, folk
Exactly.
they keep running
You know,
into.
that is
excited.
very true. That is very true. It is.
So you
It's a
consider
homecoming
the
type
fact-
thing.
That's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah. So homecoming weekend, Highland Park. Everybody come on. And Saturday. So we start early on Saturday
Okay.
at 12 o'clock, from 12 to 6.
High noon.
High noon. Bring out the kids.
Oh, are you doing this?
Yes,
the reading
yes,
again?
yeah.
Oh,
we're
talk
doing
about
literacy,
that.
literacy in the park.
Yes.
So the kids start at 12. They come in. Everything is free for them, but they're gonna have to do something.
Right.
They're gonna have to read a little bit of a book
Yep.
to a volunteer listener, and that gets them into all the activities. And then they've got all the stuff that you ever wanted to do. They've got the face painting. They've got activities. They've got photo booths. They've got the trains. They've got the horses. They've got the video trucks. They've got games. They've got crafts. They've got everything. 6 hours worth of greatness for kids inside the library,
And what-
fenced in,
Right. What age? From what to what?
From-
for the children.
8 to 80.
That means I can do it.
You can do it too, because we're going to take you and you're going to listen to some of the kids, read to you and all of that stuff. So it's a great family environment. And while that's going on, we're getting ready for Saturday night over in the other part of the situation.
But wait, what about the horses? Is
Oh,
this
they're gonna
the
be there.
Michigan Black Horsemen's Association
No,
coming?
no. The horses are brought by another organization that just bring the petting zoo and the smaller horses, so that the kids can ride them.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yes. And-
Michelle belongs to the Michigan Black.
Yeah, your daughter.
Michigan Horsemen's Association.
Yes, yes.
That's why I was wondering. Okay. I was like,
Well, I
what
mean,
is-
she can come with horses too.
I remember. Lord. Okay, she ended up in the roller parade, but that's another story. Okay, so we're rolling into Saturday.
We're in Saturday.
We're in Saturday.
We're Saturday
rolling
now.
Saturday.
We're rolling
High
up to 6.
noon.
We're high noon
High
to
noon
6
to 6,
with the kids and all of the literacy stuff brought to us by Legacy of Literacy, which is their organization now. About they're 7-8 years old now themselves. And so Saturday, can I talk about Saturday night?
Absolutely.
Saturday night is of course Saturday night, and again, good grown folks fun, and we bring out the P-Funk. So all of the guys, we've got some of everybody coming out, and they're coming from all around the country to deliver the sounds that we like to hear from back in the day when you was over the way, and they were doing the P-Funkin', and George and all of those guys were doing it and keeping everybody together. Yeah. Well, we're going to start with T Money Green, who is the bass player. You would know he played bass on the song Gin and Juice in that album for Snoop Dogg. So T Money Green is a local producer of national fame with a lot of P-Funk in his organization. We're bringing the P-Funk Outlaws from, they're bringing their guys from California, Ohio, Detroit. They're going to be here. We're going to have the radio show is going to give us a set. They played last night with AWB, Average White Band, down at Burt's. They're going to be here, and they reached out to us when we put our first thing on. They said, Mark, we got to play. I said, well, we can't. There's no way that we They say, yes, you can. We're going to work it out. And we got it worked out. And we're so glad to have Arnell and Giovanni and those guys to come from, they're going to be all of the Ray Parker Jr. and radio songs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're the only one I need. Yeah, shotgun, all that kind of good stuff. They're going to be there. We've got a young lady, Micaiah Trent, is going to open up a little earlier. She's comes in from Ohio, plays guitar and stuff. Really like her. I think she might even be in the 8th grade by now. So, yeah, young.
Wow.
Yeah, very, very good. She was actually here last year, too. We're going to have also Mark Mix and the Street Jazz Cartel on Saturday, which is a big jazz band here. Local guys play with them. People will know Deblon Jackson is in there. The evening is hosted by DJ Vicious Vic, and then we've got DJ Source, DJ Major, Big Cool, Professor Tim. Professor Tim is coming in from Arizona. Tim Hicks. I mean, they're just everywhere.
Wow.
It's Saturday, Friday, and it's just a lot of entertainment. We're really excited about it.
It's high energy there.
High energy, grown folks entertainment. So dress to impress and come on out. Yeah, dress to impress and come on out. I mean, you could. It was a white party last year. Everybody was so clean, it was amazing. Yeah. So this year it's a funk party.
Now, are people bringing their coolers, or you have a concession stand?
They've got the vendors, for blocks and blocks.
Okay.
Yeah, and all your barbecue guys are going to be out there, and everybody. I mean, you know, late people are.
Excuse me, adult beverage vendors too.
No, no adult beverage vendors. Adult beverages were consumed across the street.
Okay.
Theo, we have one more. We swap Maureen Owens for Marie Giles.
Oh, I didn't know about that. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. And so hold about 60 seconds. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we are back. Thank you for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name, once again, for anybody who just tuned in, is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research. And I have with me at this moment Mark Hackshaw, businessman right here in Highland Park. And we've been talking about the festival that is starting this coming Thursday. And we took a break to have Eugene Owens, another Marine, Mumford Point Marine. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Montfort.
And I want to thank you for joining us now. We had Michael Giles with us, and now I want you to share the information that we want everybody to know, and we want people to join. you
Well,
know?
yes. First and foremost, we're really pushing the Marine Week because Detroit has been selected to be the city this year for Marine Week. They're bringing in like 700 Marines. They're bringing in the Marine Corps Silent Drill Team. The Marine Corps Band will be here. The Traveling Wall, the Vietnam Memorial Wall,
Right.
it will be downtown also. They're looking for preferably Marine Gold Star mothers. A lot of people don't know what those are. Gold Star mothers are mothers that lost a son or daughter in combat. And for ceremonies, there'll be a number of ceremonies downtown, excuse me, and in and around the Detroit area. For 5 days, they will show the Detroit area the actual Marine combat team. And there'll be aircraft, jets going up and down the river. And the full schedule will be presented in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
But our detachment was the Montford Point Detachment, formed by the original Black Marines from World War II. And one of the honors, the Marine, as you know, Marines, we're brothers. We stick together. So when they come here, they sort us out because they plan to paint a mural across the front of the building dedicated to the history of blacks in the Marine Corps from 1942 all the way up to today. And that's going to be an unveiling that's going to be done by the mayor and numerous dignitaries. And that's going to be on September the 9th.
Now tell me this, other than the unveiling of the mural on the wall on Joy Road, just west of Schaefer, right?
Yes.
Okay. Other than that, are all the other activities taking place downtown?
As far as we know, they'll be primarily downtown. The Marines will be spreading out into the community to do community projects. Right now, we don't know. That's all being handled in Washington and California. So I know, like, they go into the VA hospital. And I refer everyone to go online and look at Marine Week Nashville, Tennessee. That was last year.
Okay.
And it gives a comprehensive thing of what they did in Nashville.
Okay.
And my understanding is that the Commandant of the Marine Corps now is from Michigan, and he wants this to be the biggest Marine Corps week that there's ever been. But the Marines
wants that?
reach out to the community.
Okay. Who wants this to be the biggest week?
The Commandant of the Marine Corps.
Okay. Now
He's the head general in Washington, D.C.
Okay. His name?
Oh, you caught me. I have to get
He'll have it in a minute.
Yeah, I have it
Think
in a minute.
about it. Think about it. It's
But
okay.
he wants this to be the biggest Marine week.
Oh, okay.
We're not, for security reasons, we don't know if and when he'll be here because, they can't give out that information. But there will be a number of other generals. The Marine Corps Association will be here having a big event. And it's going to be a tremendous event. And there's a lot of Marines in the Detroit area.
Oh, yes.
So
yeah.
Detroit, and especially the Black Marines, we hope they'll come out and be honored. August the 5th, we're having a breakfast at our hall, and because we're trying to raise money to get our building, our building is going to be the focal point.
Right.
And we're trying to raise money to get our building up to par, to redo the front and stuff like that.
So how much money you need altogether?
Altogether, we need about $30,000 or $40,000.
Okay.
So we got to redo our front because they're going to paint it, and we have trying to redo the building, get it up, because like I said, the mayor and everybody's going to be out there. We're going to have all kinds of dignitaries. That's going to be, because this technically is the home of the Black Marines in Detroit. And so, it's a historical site.
Wonderful.
Because Montford Point has been here since 1956.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Theo, on August 18th, Papa Clyde Lee and Little Arthur Anderson are going to do a blues event fundraiser on Friday, August 18th at the detachment.
At that location?
Yes, at our detachment.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then August 27th at Nancy Whiskey. So the whole series of fundraiser. But the August 5th, we're selling ads.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to have you all come back and make sure that those who tune in can be abreast, and make sure the additional ones can circle it on their calendar, and also to know that there's a fish fry every Friday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
4 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Friday at the detachment.
Okay. Now, would you give the address again?
13721 Joy Road. We're just about half a block west of Schaefer.
On the south side of the street.
Yes, ma'am. South side of the street.
Now, is there a website that people should go to get additional information or register or whatever they need to do? And also, is there a phone number that they can call, because we're trying to recruit those who are Marines to join the organization?
Well, 313, phone number 313-587-1206. And that's my number. Primarily my Facebook page. We have a Montford Point Marine Corps League Facebook page. And that's the title of it. The
Say that again, please.
Montford Point Detachment, number 158, Marine Corps League. That's the same website. I mean, that's the same
Facebook page?
Facebook page.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, spell Mumford for those who are not clear.
It's MONTFORD.
Okay.
Montford.
Okay. Different from the high school, but go ahead.
Yes.
Not
it's
Mumford.
different. No.
Montford.
Right.
Yes.
So what is Montford, though?
Montford Point. Well, Montford was the name of the Montford Point was the name of the camp at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, where the first Black Marines were trained
In 42.
in 1942.
So there were no Black Marines before 42. We were left out.
In history, the first Black Marines served in the Marine Corps was formed in 1775, and there was 4 Black Marines that served with the Continental Marines in 1775. And and after that, Congress had then passed a law
Excuse me.
barring African Americans from the military.
Barring them.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Barring
yeah.
African Americans from the military.
Okay.
And it was up all the way up until the Civil War before African Americans served in the military again. From the Revolutionary War up to the Civil War.
You didn't find your match with history, Theo. You and Paymaster on.
Yeah.
But this is information that needs to be out.
Needs to be out,
It
Theo.
definitely needs to be.
And the Civil War produced a number of African American units and during the Civil War. But no Black Marines. And the Black Marines didn't come back from the Revolutionary War until 1942.
So Paymaster, they allowed African Americans to join military service in the other branches.
Well, in the Army. The African Americans, after the Civil War, they allowed 4 regiments of blacks to stay in the Army, and those were the Buffalo Soldiers.
Oh, yeah.
But the actual intent was that those regiments was going to be sent to the far wilderness out west, and it was said by some of the congressmen at the time, after 30 days out there in that heat, those rattlesnakes and scorpions, they will all desert. And that was the intention. But as we know, they didn't. And they tamed the Wild West.
Wow.
And all the scorpions and the rattlesnakes.
They just kicked them aside.
I know that's right.
Became friends with them.
Hey, okay.
They still got the rattlesnakes and scorpions in Congress, though.
Oh, isn't that the truth? You got that right. Now, when you recruit, do they have to have been Marines in the
Marines.
military?
The Montford Point Detachment is a part of the Marine Corps League. In order to be a member, you have to have been an honorably discharged Marine
Marine.
or an active duty Marine.
Okay, that's what I wanted to be clear,
Yeah.
clear on. And please give the telephone number again.
313-587-1206.
587-1206. Okay.
Now, you don't have to be all that to donate money now.
No.
Okay.
No, you
Just want to be clear.
because we're a 501c4 nonprofit organization, and so we're just like any other veterans organization. And the detachment is not limited to black. We have other.
It's just a detachment.
It's just a detachment of the Marine Corps League.
It's not a segregated
It's
detachment.
just started by black, And it's, being in Detroit, it's predominantly black. But we have white members. Matter of fact, the first person that donated money to us was a Marine from Macomb County, a white guy that when he found out about we needed help, he rode his motorcycle all the way down there and brought us $100. So the Marines, we stick together.
That's
Right
good.
on.
We take care of each other.
Yes. So when we hear people talking about, we need to come together, you've already come together.
We've already come
You
together.
just need to start acting like you're together.
Exactly.
You know.
We
Right.
have to take up our piece and run with it. One of the most, going back to a little bit, like Martin Luther King said, and he said this during the time that they was fighting for integration. He said one important thing for our people to understand is that once we get this integration, once these doors open, we got to be prepared to enter those doors. We got to have the education, we got to have the talent to enter those doors. And it seemed like this generation, a lot of them have forgotten that.
Well, we were always
Yeah, that's a
told you
whole
gotta-
nother show, isn't it?
Yeah, they should tell us you got to be twice as good to get half as much, and
Right.
I just think that's unfair in itself. Now,
Absolutely.
we have a festival starting on
We've got
Thursday.
we've got a
And-
heck of a show
And the
coming.
Mumford Marines are going to be there.
Mumford Marines are going to be there.
Right. Now.
They're going to love the barbecue.
Okay, now, we were at 12 noon on Saturday.
We were at 12 on
And-
Saturday with the kids, literacy in the park. They're going to read books. We're giving away all sorts of stuff for the kids. There's going to be kids. It's love the kids. They're going to have everything.
Hey,
Everything we got to give them, they're going to
The
get.
next
So
generation.
yeah. So that they always love that. And then we start for a great big show. We have 4 or 5 great acts on Saturday. T Money Green, the P Funk Outlaws, the radio show without Ray Parker, and Mark Mixon, the Jazz Cartel. They're going to be there. You've heard some of these names before, and get there early and get your seat because
Okay. Now, does it end there, or do you have a Sunday?
No, it's pretty
Sunrise
much
everything?
Thursday,
Yeah,
Friday,
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah. If sometimes we've been known to add impromptu Sunday.
Right.
Yeah, which would end up being a DJ sets after church and such like that. And today's Monday. I haven't gotten that far yet, Theo.
Sorry.
So we hope it all comes together. It may come together like that, but stay tuned to Facebook. We're on Facebook, on social media, at the Highland Park Music Festival
Now
on
it's-
Facebook, and
okay.
like us on Facebook, and you're going to get updates, and you'll get
Under-
up-to-the-minute updates there.
Give the title, location.
Facebook, Highland Park Music Festival.
Highland Park
Spell it out.
Music Festival. Okay.
Highland Park Music
Music
Festival.
Festival.
It's
Okay.
it's right there. You'll get updates there. You'll get any changes in activity, any
Oh, okay.
additions. You'll have live feeds in there, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Well, I have to tell you that for those of you who tuned in who are not aware, Hood Research is 25 years old this
yeah.
year, and we're having a celebration.
25
That's right, 25 years old. Sunday, July 30th, and it's going to take place at the Tompkin Manor in Grosse Pointe Park. The tickets are $45, and it is a fundraiser which helps to support this broadcast that we do on Mondays at 9 a.m. And there will be dinner. Comedian Mike Bonner will be there. And also, we're expecting Fast Freddy.
Fast Freddy.
Yeah. He ballrooms and hustles, and it's a good way to work down your calories once you have dinner.
Have a good dinner.
Mm-hmm. So we have a silent auction and walk down memory lane. Those of you who have been with Hood Research for years, we want you to talk about some of the things that we have done, what you remember, etc. So we're looking forward to that.
How did Hood Research start?
Well, Dr. Wendell Cox owned WCHB. And it went from music to talk. And there were announcements about the various community meetings, and I started attending those meetings to find out, well, what's going on in the community.
Exactly.
And Police Commissioner Reggie Crawford was attending them as well. And so we would talk about what was going on and found that we had a lot in common, and we wanted to join together and get others to join in with us and speak up and speak out on what's going on and how we think things could be better and should be better. So Helen Moore and some of the others, because she was fighting on the front of the
School
schools,
board, yeah.
they started calling us the In the Hood Research Department.
That's right.
In the Hood Research Department. So another friend of mine said, this is after a couple of years or so, Kenny Coleman says, you all register that? I said, what do you mean, register? He said, well, somebody might want to take your name. I said, why would anybody want to take our name? We're not bothering anybody, just speaking up and speaking out, right? So,
Well, y'all spoke loud.
so well, yeah, we did. I said, well, Reggie, maybe we should do this. Went down to the city county building, now the Coleman Young Municipal Center, to DBA. Lady gives us, papers to fill out, and we give them back to her. There was no such thing as the internet at that point. She looks at it. She says, I can't get all of this on my computer. I'm like, the In the Hood Research Department. You can't. No. I'm like, oh, Lord. So we just went over to the side and just cut it down to
Hood Research.
Hood Research. That's how we ended up being Hood Research. But some of the highlights over the 25 years, one of the major significant things, and more recent, was when we heard this commercial in 1995. It said, Windows 95, Windows 95, Windows 95, Windows 95. But what the heck is Windows 95? So there we go. We started looking into that to find out, and we found that it was the introduction of the computers with internet to the broader community. Computers have been out there a long time. It wasn't about that. It was about replacing encyclopedias, actually, is what it was about. So we said, we're going to do this. It was a nice little business on Livernois by
57.
2 African-American men. And they had a place called Crystal Clear Communication. And we started teaching the computer and internet there. Of course, we outgrew that place, and Dr. Johnson allowed us to use her computer labs at Wayne County Community College. We had 22 computers and 40 people.
Wow.
It was so successful that the school expanded their own computer program. We reached out to the community to look in their closets, garages, basements for medical equipment, walkers, wheelchairs, crutches, etc., and collected them for the victims of the earthquake in Haiti.
Wow. Wow.
And
So
anyway,
when's your
those are a couple
25th
of
anniversary celebration again?
Sunday, July 30th at the Tompkin Manor. There are tickets available right here at WHPR.
Okay.
And there are tickets available at Loving Life Health Food Store, which is on West 7 Mile in Sussex. So the tickets again are $45. And comedian Mike Bonner, and we're expecting Fast Freddy to be there. Well, he has an excellent way of teaching.
1 minute.
But I want to thank Michael Giles and also Eugene Owens and you, Mark Hackshaw,
Well, I
for
want to
joining
thank
me
you
this
for
morning.
inviting us. And
No problem at all. If we're going to do this again, it's fun. But like
You
I
gotta
always
come out and
say,
have some fish with us.
oh, absolutely. I'm looking
Okay.
forward to
She lives
that
down
this
the street.
Friday. That's right. Real close. So for those of you who have been with us this morning, I say it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to help us all make better informed decisions. And as Tabiti would say, it's over there in the corner, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. Problem is, you never know when you'll finish. Tune in again next week. Peace.